our principle was to make sure that every organization whom we have consulted, we gave them information back. So we would give them feedback. We would actually give them written feedback about the conversation that we have had. So that's a commitment we've had. And when we did also at a concept note level, we had an e-questionnaire, and we sent very, very detailed response to all those who had responded initially, and in the end we sent also to those who had not responded but we had consulted. So everybody got very, very detailed information at a concept note level. And now for the roadmap, as I said, every organization we meet, we take minutes and we send them the information. And we try, every time we try to highlight what has been new for us, so they also get a sense of what we captured in the conversation we had with them, which will help us to write the roadmap, actually, you know, make the final decisions. We tried to look at transformational change, and therefore we looked at where could we have an impact across sectors, across institutions. And we saw that there are sets of problems in terms of human resources recruited in any Indian organization. And therefore we thought we would like to work on this issue of diversity in the workplace, where we try to encourage diversity, so that, and we link that with, we think that organizations who have a more diverse set of human resources in terms of women, youth, different castes, different religion, are likely to be more creative and are likely to be more actually effective in fighting poverty or social exclusion. So we think the diversity is practicing social inclusion within the organization to be actually more effective at fighting social exclusion in society. Extremely well, actually. We were, many of them were quite, some were a little bit taken aback because they don't have this type of dialogue with donors. But we did find a number of organizations who have been engaged with these issues. We have collected information, reports, studies even from the government, so which are quite interesting. So we see it's not something new, but it's something which has not been done at a sufficient scale. It's not being given enough resources to really try to move. And we don't want to limit to the civil society actors in a broad sense, but also to the private sector. Look at the human resources that they recruit. Because many of the bilateral donors have left India, the development councillors meetings of the EU member states are not very active anymore, while the political section or the political councillors meetings is much more vibrant, actually, and they are very committed to human rights issues. So they actually have a human rights working group and of the EU member states, and it's very active. So again, if we look at the communication, which asks us to be looking more at democracy and human rights issues, and then we have in-country political advisors or councillors, political councillors, who are looking very much at these human rights issues and tracking them in countries. So that made actually the discussion more lively, and the inputs also much more important. We got, out of 28 member states, we got feedback and inputs from 11 member states, which at the beginning we did not expect. So this worked.